Hey Reality Changer, what's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. A few episodes ago, I shared a video where my family and I volunteered at this amazing event with Scan Health Plan. Not only did we learn how to give back together, we also learned to not only respect the elder community, but also how to learn to serve them. In this video, I want to share with you guys a story. The story that I'm about to share with you is about Nancy's mom and dad. Over 20 years ago, Nancy's mom had a stroke. And unfortunately, she hasn't been able to move more than half of her body since then. And it's been one of the hardest things that has happened to her family ever. Since then, Nancy's father, Juan, has been caring for her, bathing her, picking her up, doing all kinds of things to try to live a normal life. And in this video, I want to highlight them. What better way to learn about the senior community than to learn about the seniors that are in our family? So the first thing that I did was ask my family what they think about their grandparents.
I think that I love my grandpa is he's such a good cook. Like every single time he makes food, we're like the first people he calls because I'm always down to eat his food. Like he's always stuffing me in my belly with food. The best memory I have of my grandmother, she won like 3 times in a row in Loteria and she was so happy. She was like, yeah, órale, you know. All of my tias and everybody was laughing. My favorite thing about my grandma is how she cares about me so much. Whenever I come over to the house, she's like, Alexa, we have fruta in the fridge. Alexa, we have soda. Also, she's like, you're so beautiful. And she's always telling me how beautiful and pretty I am. And she's like, I love you, te amo mucho. And she's always kissing me. And I love it. I feel so welcomed. I feel so loved when I'm ever in her embrace. I think a lesson that I've learned from both my grandfather and grandma is I noticed that even though my grandmother is disabled and my grandpa, he can't really see well, they're really happy. They are making their lives the best that they can be, but you know, before it's taken away.
The things I know about grandpa and grandma is they are amazing. Grandpa and grandma, they are very loving, very caring, and they make the best food. I mean, grandpa makes sopa so good. My grandma's like, Eliana, and like it just makes me so happy to see her happy because like, I mean, she's gone through a lot, you know, she has gone through a lot. My grandpa and grandma were like fighting over soda and it was so funny, but then it was just my favorite moment because we were all together. I think it's important to visit your grandparents because they're the people who, you know, love you, they care about you. It's always good to visit your grandpa and grandma because then they're gonna be lonely and you don't want them to be lonely. You want to show them that you appreciate them a lot.
My mom is very, very happy person. Despite everything that she's gone through, she's always smiling. I never see her in a bad mood unless she's mad at my dad. That's a very interesting relationship. It's like sunshine. She lights up the room. She's always cracking a joke. She's always telling you like sweet compliments. My dad is very bold, which I like that about him too. Like he has no filter. Oh, my dad, he's very reserved though. He keeps his thoughts to himself. That's the way I've always understood my dad. I'm like that. I feel like I am very bold, so I would relate more to my dad. The memory that always is very present, it was 3 Kings Day, Dia de los Reyes Magos. I think I was like 7 maybe. I had a little mermaid. I remember waking up everybody in the entire house and making such a big deal about it. I remember them both being in bed and me jumping up and down like really happy. I guess that would be the greatest memory I have of them together. Aaron walks in the door and he's like pan because he knows my dad always has a stash of bread. He walks to the corner, it's in the top of the fridge. He's a 1.5 years and he's really smart, but the moment we turn to his house, he's like, grandpa, pan, you know. I didn't grow up having those memories with my grandparents, with my dad, so once again, for me, it's new and I'm enjoying it.
Something that I noticed, there are not a lot of photos of him and his wife in his walls. What better way to celebrate him than to take both of them out on a photo shoot?
Babe, so what are we doing today?
Well, we're taking my mom and dad out and just pamper them. I'm gonna do my mom's makeup. That's something I really enjoy doing. We're just gonna go enjoy a beautiful sunny day here in San Diego.
Ay, ya nomás.
Ya no, vete.
Bien bonita, me arregló mi Nancy.
¿No se pone celoso, Juan?
No.
No, ven.
¿cuál es el secreto de estar casada tanto tiempo?
Es llevarla bien,
Muy
pasarla bien, y junto con los nietos y las hijas.
Muy bien. Vamos a caminar, Andela. El día está hermoso.
My plan is to get these photos out and to print them out, put them in his wall. Why am I doing all this? I really want to show you guys how important it is to be present to your elders. I know some of you struggle with that. I know I struggle with it too, you know. You and me, as you guys are watching this, we are on our way there. I think we need to make an effort to be present for them, to listen to them, to understand them more. Because it's good for them to see us. It's good for them to see us. It's good for us to see them. This is why I'm so proud to be partnering with Scan Health Plan, because they understand what it's like to serve the elder community. They understand because they've been doing it for so many years. When I go above the age of 65, I would love to have my grandkids come over and say hi to me. It's part of the circle of life. I just don't think our society talks about it too much until we are actually there. But if you're watching this and it gets you thinking, then I know this video is doing something. At least for me, that's my sacred purpose, to learn more about my mom, you know, who sometimes I feel like I take for granted. And I just want you all to do the same, you know, because we forget. We do forget, but we need to stop forgetting. They're not gonna be here forever. We're not gonna be here forever. So what's the point of bickering? What's the point of ignoring? What's the point of not listening? Celebrate your elders, celebrate yourself.
They're your elders and you should respect them. You're gonna be like that too someday. And if you don't wanna be alone, imagine that you're this old and you're not getting visited by your children, by your grandchildren. And if you don't want to feel like that, that's more the reason why you should never abandon your elders as well.
I've always wanted to tell Grandma and Grandpa that they're amazing grandparents and they're so loving and caring. They're just really awesome. They really are awesome. And I really love them a lot. I really care about them and I love them.
Allow yourself to begin a new relationship with your grandparents, even with your parents as they get older. It's your turn to really give them back everything they gave you. My children are gonna have such a good memory of going to the grandpa's house. And they don't need to know what I went through. They don't need to know how he was. They just need to know how he is now. So love them, be kind, and remember that no one is perfect.
Pues yo les diría a todos los que me ven que bien de cuidar mucho a su mamá, que aprendan cómo estamos nosotros y cuiden, que se cuiden mucho, que no anden para allá y para acá.
Que vengan a visitar a sus abuelos y así que hay una reunión como de 5 o 6 de la misma familia.
Para que se sienta uno mejor. Siempre tengan el cariño de los abuelos.
Siempre es muy bonito, una convivencia así.
Sí.
And once again, Scan Health Plan, thank you so much for partnering with us, reminding us another video is coming up after this, and I can't wait to share what we're going to be doing next with Scan, so stay tuned. I love you so much. Bye.